Hey there footy fans, and welcome to the early editions of AFL Access's end of year club by club reviews. For those of you like myself that are new to this process, we'll be taking you through each club and casting our eye over how their seasons went as their year comes to an end. Obviously starting with the bottom of the ladder and working our way up as we get through our final contenders. Joel's already cast his eye over the Gold Coast Suns, which leaves me with the task of taking a look at the Melbourne Demons and seeing how they went in what was an pretty utterly disappointing season really for the Demons. So without further delay, let's get into it. So I've just mentioned that it was a pretty disappointing season for the Ds, but to grasp just how much of a fade it was from their preseason predictions, you have to dive all the way back to the months of January and February leading into the season, where they were the talk of the town. Now, here's where I kind of need to confess, because I was one of those people that thought they were the talk of the town. I think I can remember at least 3 separate instances where I was either talking to a friend or someone else who's a footy fanatic, and I claimed that they had the best list in the league. But I wasn't alone. There were plenty of other people on this cheeseboard laden bandwagon that thought Melbourne were about to break out. Fresh off the back of a preliminary final appearance against West Coast in 2018, it was hard to mention the Demons or even hear them mentioned without the words flag fancies or premiership contenders attached, as they thought with a young developing list, they were ready to really make a drive up the ladder and have a real crack at a premiership in 2019. Yes, they'd traded away Jesse Hogan, and their forward line stocks were looking a little slim, but banking on Sam Wiedemann's development and Tom McDonald playing up there a little more, they thought, hey, let's bring in Stephen May and that will shore up the back line and we'll have a real drive at a premiership. Boy, how wrong they were. Unfortunately, it didn't take long at all for those preseason ambitions to fade away, with a 26-point loss to Port Adelaide in the opening round, a pretty sobering result for the Ds there. However, to fans, that could have just been a blip on the radar until round 2, where the Cats drubbed them by 80 points. And then things started to get a little nervous and almost a little nostalgic for Melbourne fans, which isn't a good thing. Thankfully, just 2 weeks later, a dominant Max Gawn, Clayton Oliver combo and a 3-goal effort from Nathan Jones helped see them over the line against a winless Sydney Swans team. But by no means was this a turning point in Melbourne's season at all. They did notch victories over Hawthorn and Gold Coast, albeit slim victories where they fell over the line against the Gold Coast, particularly in some of the coming weeks, to move to a 3-5 record after 8 rounds, giving them a slim hope of returning to the top 8. But absolute drubbings at the hands of GWS and West Coast in the following weeks did very little to help the Demons' cause. I think it only took until roughly about round 11 when the final nail was actually driven into the coffin, which is insane to say in such a close landscape of the AFL, but they let a 5-goal lead slip to Adelaide up in Darwin and were left with a 2-point loss and a lot of soul searching to do, sitting at 3 and 8. That really set the course for their 17th place finish, obviously not where they wanted to be given their preseason predictions, ending the year on a 7-game skid to finish with a dour 5 wins, 17 losses. So right now you might be asking just what the hell went wrong with this team and their season, which is a completely fair thing to ask given what was expected of them. And to be completely honest, it's pretty difficult to lay blame in one single area given just how bad the season went for the Ds. In search of somewhere to point the finger and place some blame, or at least find a reason as to why this season derailed so badly, I took a look at some of the Demons' statistically lower rankings in the AFL, and when you mesh them together, it comes across as a lack of effort and also just a lack of game plan. The handball-happy Demons ranked 16th in kicks, 15th in marks, and 14th in tackles, which are essentially the base stats you need to be a competitive football team. However, if you're looking to place some blame, look no further than their conversion in the forward half of the ground. Amazingly, somehow, the Demons chalked up the 5th most inside 50s in the competition, but they ranked 17th in total points scored, showing they were just completely inefficient when entering the forward 50. At the start of this video, I mentioned Jesse Hogan having left bound for Fremantle, and I don't think anyone thought it was going to make as big a difference as it did, just depleting their forward stocks to the point where they were relying on people that they should not have been relying on. To emphasise the weight of their scoring woes, small forward Christian Petracca was their leading goal scorer with 22, just 22 on the season, which is going to be nowhere near enough for them to be kicking winning scores in games of footy. It's clearly an area in desperate need of mending for them, and unless something is done in the off-season, miraculously somehow they bring in a tall forward, it seems like that burden again going into next year is going to fall squarely on the shoulders of Sam Wiedemann with the help of Tom McDonald should he stay healthy for the year. So with all of those negatives in the bank, I felt compelled to find something good to say about the Demons in this video. And I know it's an individual performance, but I couldn't go past the performance this season of Max Gawn. After a sluggish first few weeks, the brilliant ruckman returned to his brilliant best, dominating opponents and being Melbourne's only selection into the 40-man All-Australian squad. Gawn was an aerial force for the Demons. He ranked 3rd in total hitouts in the AFL and 6th in total contested marks as he just kept ploughing away in what was really just a superbly admirable performance in a team that completely struggled as he tried to prop them up game in and game out. It's small solace to the Melbourne faithful, but at least they can say, hey, Big Maxi showed up this year. So where do all these results lead to? What does this mean for the Melbourne Football Club moving forward? Are they ready to go back into top 8 contention next year, or are they simply going to be where they were before this random spurt into a preliminary final, which is dwelling at the bottom of the ladder? Obviously, they'll be looking to make some moves in the off-season, with the likes of Fremantle's Brad Hill, Ed Langdon, and Adelaide's Alex Keith all tentatively linked to the Demons, potentially for trade deals in 2019. But do those inclusions, potential inclusions, really shore up the area that Melbourne need to get on top of most, which is clearly in their forward half? I don't think so. For me, it's really hard to see the Demons climbing back up into top 8 contention, as I just feel that it's easier to fall from a good season than it is to rise from a bad one. So personally, no, I don't see the Demons climbing back up the ladder, but hey, who knows, maybe they'll make a moron out of me again. So that's a wrap for my analysis of the Demons 2019 season. If you did enjoy it, or if you simply want to give me a confidence boost, please leave a big thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the AFL Access channel. Also, if there's anything you disagreed with, feel free to leave a comment below. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled as next up, Ryan takes you through both the turmoil and triumph of the Carlton Football Club in their 2019 campaign, as we continue on with our end-of-year season reviews. We'll also still be turning out our usual Thursday night footy rivals programs with future watch parties to come. The next time you'll catch me, I'll be running you through the Saints, so thanks so much for watching, and for now, this has been your AFL Access.